A lotus is a flower rooted in the mud that rises through and above to become a beautiful bloom. This is a podcast sharing mine and other stories of how we've done the same, choosing to rise above our circumstances to bloom. I'm your host, Amber. Let's get started. Okay, so this is my friend Kristy.
Hi.
AKA the Fairy Brown Mother.
Well, it's me.
I was calculating this out.
Okay.
We have been social media friends,
Been homies.
It's been over 5 years.
Dude, I know. I haven't
It's so
scared you
wild.
off 5 years. I didn't scare somebody off.
It's so crazy.
Something very wrong with you.
Two of a kind, man. No, so the way that I found you was I started following you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because Jessie from ZHT got her brows done by you.
Oh, the radio show.
Yeah. And I had been, she's not with ZHT anymore, but yeah. I had been wanting to get my brows done. And I was like, looked through your page and I'm like, oh, she does such a good job.
Yeah.
And I'd had friends who'd done like the Groupon thing. And I was like, it scared me away from getting it done. I'm like, maybe I don't want my eyebrows done.
Always posting quick Groupon in your damn face.
Exactly. Like you get what you pay for.
There she is.
And so then I made it a goal of Ben and I, my husband and I, before we got married, I was like, I want my eyebrows done before we get married.
Nice.
I got my taxes back and I was like, this is what I'm doing.
You knew how to lock that man down.
Yeah. But it was so funny because I think it was like you posted something on your story and I commented on it and just said something funny. And man, it's been like...
Because you're so funny. I don't find many people funny. I think you're hilarious.
Thank you. We've had like this consistent back and forth banter for the last 5 years.
I look forward to everything you send every single day. Every single day I open it up. I mean, my dude even knows who you are.
That's
by first name.
Amber.
That's so funny. I forgot about, I didn't know that she had a radio show.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know she had a radio show. But my assistant was a huge fan. And so she kind of told her my life story a little bit.
That's so funny.
Before she came. Yeah. And so all I knew is this client came and started asking about my life story. And I was like, that's weird. So I told her.
Stalker.
Then,
just kidding.
Like the next day, I got hundreds of DMs saying, oh my God, Jess talked about your story on her radio show. And I'm like, who? What?
Yeah.
What? And that's how I figured out who Jess was. So I don't do the radio that early in the morning. I don't do anything early in the morning. Hell,
because they were the early morning shows. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that.
What's so funny is I think this just shows like a consistency in my personality. When I was like 19, 20, I had just moved here to Utah. Mm-hmm. And I listened to ZHT, The Morning Zoo. Yeah. And it was Frankie, Jess, and DB. And for some reason, I just got it in my head. They said something funny and I emailed in. And because Facebook wasn't really a thing. It was kind of a thing. Instagram wasn't a thing. But I emailed in to the main DJ, Frankie, and made some comment about their show that day. And he emailed back. And we would email back and forth every single day. So it was like the modern day Instagram DMs.
I love that.
And eventually, Jess was out on maternity leave. Yeah. And I had been joking about, you should have me come in and da-da-da-da. And he was like, he emailed me and was like, do you want to guest DJ? I was so nervous. I was like, oh, yeah. And so I guest DJ'd for a couple more. Yeah, I know. How early is too early? But so I guest DJ'd a couple of times. And then
I did not know this.
Yeah. And then I just made friends with them. And they were like, yeah, anytime you want to come in.
I like that.
It was like just this attitude of like, if I want to be friends with somebody, I'm going to be friends with them.
Yeah, no, you're good. That's usually the only friends I have are like extroverts who prey on me.
That's what it is.
I'm painfully introverted. And so, the only people are the people who just like always show up and they're like, what up? What you doing? What you thinking?
Let's hang out.
And I'm like, oh, Jesus. Okay, you're not going to go away. I guess I'll engage. It's amazing.
I know. I remember one time because I just started like slamming you with reels and memes and stuff. And I was like, dude, is this too much? And you're like, no, it's like my own For You page.
I was like, You're so funny.
And I love...
Also, why do you love me? I don't know what's happening, but I like it.
Well, and I love that we have the same sense of humor because there's some stuff that like I can't send to other people.
Because they're dumb.
They can't laugh at
dumb and not
everything.
Because like I'm very dark. My life is maybe dark a little bit. So pretty much everything's funny.
I know.
That's how I've survived.
Exactly.
Right? I just laughed my way through it.
I was telling one of my friends that I'm like, once you've been through so much stuff, like you have to laugh at some of this stuff.
You have to. It's literally the only way to survive.
Yeah. Like, and there are some jokes, like even my sisters and I will send each other memes that other people would have a really hard time with. Like one of my sisters just sent a meme.
People are too sensitive.
Yeah, for real. It was like this reel of like, yeah, I just dropped my kid off at school. This guy's like, I just dropped my kid off at school. And like my dad always says, and then it just shows an empty seat.
Yeah.
Of like no one there.
Awesome. Like my dad always says, like, really funny.
No one was there.
Do you remember when we were younger? I mean, I'm 38. I think you're about.
I think we're the same age. Yeah.
Everybody used to laugh at everything. Everything was funny. Race was funny. Yeah. Disability. Everything was funny.
Yeah.
And races were laughing at each other. People with disabilities were laughing at themselves and laughing at other people. And the world was like
everybody had a joke for everything.
Better place.
Yes.
This oversensitivity people have and this PC cult, it's just like ruining humanity.
It's to the point division. Like even making Asian jokes sometimes. I'm like, some people can't hold space for that. And I'm like, I can make any joke I want to about my own people.
It's insane.
It's me.
Yeah, I'm dot and feather Indian.
Oh, nice.
Grandpa's from India. My other one's Cherokee.
Both of them.
So at USU, we had a Halloween party, and I dressed up as an amalgamation of both cultures.
Oh my gosh.
At a dot.
It's appropriation. It's great.
And wouldn't you believe that it was like every white liberal had a problem with me.
That's so funny.
But every Hindu, Indian, or Native American thought it was the funniest crap they'd ever seen.
Yeah.
They thought it was great. Yeah.
I think it's funny. Yeah. That's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
We can go on, right? Oh my gosh. So.
But I miss laughing. I love that you make me laugh every day. It's my favorite.
I'm here for you, man.
You're the best.
And it's like always the late night ones where Ben's already asleep and I'm laughing so hard, but trying not to wake him up with my laugh. And you end up just like shaking. Oh my gosh. That's the best.
You also do not sleep. You also might have insomnia.
Probably.
You send us stuff at like 3 a.m. I get worried about you sometimes. Like, go to bed.
If I send a meme at 3 a.m., it usually means that Ben is out of town and I don't know how to adult when he's gone.
Yeah.
I
get that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he used to travel a lot for work. Yeah. And if he was gone for like a week at a time, he would come home and I'd be like, I'm so glad that you're home. I'm so tired. I've been staying up way too late. I need some sleep.
There wasn't an adult here to like put me to bed and stuff. I'm also starving and the house is really messy. Can you make that stop?
I've been eating crackers and cheese.
Seriously.
That's real.
When he's not around, I don't care.
Oh, man.
String cheese and pickles for dinner.
Oh, so
it's
good.
Really good dinner.
It is good.
It's so good.
Girl dinner. There's nutrition in there somewhere, I think. So your story is really crazy.
Yeah.
And I love, I kind of love your attitude about it though. Cause like, I don't know. You have this, I was actually talking to a friend about it before we got here. I was like, I'm super stoked about this because
I'd like to see how you perceive me.
I know, right? And you're like, let's see how accurate it is. You have such an open mind about things. And I love that you aren't afraid to have your opinion, but you also have an open mind for other people to have theirs. And you are just have this like welcoming, loving attitude. And there are so many times that you've posted things where I think one time you posted something about, what was it? About people who've had cosmetic surgery. Mm-hmm. And you started talking about what cosmetic surgery you've had. And you were just like, we shouldn't be judging people. It's not that big of a deal. But the way that you explained it was so beautiful that I was like, oh yeah, I don't know why I'm judging people just because they've had a boob job or just because they've had a nose job, of thinking like they're vain and they just have to be so pretty. And
a lot of times they're hurt.
Yeah.
They're hurt and they were loved conditionally by a parent growing up. So they learned that they are only lovable when they are perfect. Mm-hmm. And so they destroy like themselves to some degree, and some people more than others. You know, I'm not saying it's destroying yourself. I've had a nose job. I've had teeth. I have above my teeth. But then once I went through therapy and looked back, I realized it was because I didn't feel like enough. And I just thought that if maybe I was more perfect and had less flaws, I'd be lovable. Mm-hmm. So when I look at women with work, good for you. And when I see women with a gratuitous amount of work, I want to freaking hug them because I know that their soul is on fire and they're just trying to be lovable. Yeah. They're not trying to be better than you. They don't think they're better than you. Like they need a hug. They don't need judgment.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, just having that perspective really shifted things for me. Nice. And I think it's funny how it's interesting now that that's shifted in me and I see it other people being super judgmental of like, oh, well, you know, she got a boob job. Oh, well, you know, she gets Botox. And it's like, so what if she gets those things? What if that's something that makes her
Your daddy loved you. Good for you. Hers was horrible to her.
And it's like, also, we live in a day and age where it's like, if I'm not happy with something in my body, there is science and modern technology that helps me be happy.
We're going to die.
Yeah.
Nobody actually cares about you. Very finite amount of people care about you.
Right.
Nobody cares about you. No one's going to remember you. Even the greatest people who did some of the greatest things, they only
they're only remembered for a certain amount of time.
Remember them for maybe like a century at best.
Yeah.
Nothing you do is that impactful. Stop taking yourself so seriously.
Yeah.
And be happy, because if I have learned anything in this life is that happiness is a very finite resource. Mm-hmm. And this is why I do not judge people, because if it makes you happy, do it. The Mormon faith is not for me, but I see it making people happy. Freaking do it.
Exactly.
If
right.
that makes you happy, do it.
Yeah.
If you want to identify as a freaking cucumber, do it.
Yeah. Right.
It has nothing to do with me. And what I hate is it's the epitome of narcissism, isn't it? Narcissism. To think that you are so perfect and you have everything so figured out that everybody should view the world the way you do. Believe what you believe.
Or that people should feel bad because they don't view it the way that you do.
Yeah. Right. To think you have it figured out. Like there's enough hubris here that I know I do not know anything. I know nothing.
Right. Like in the grand scheme of things, I'm lucky to be trucking along.
I do not know. You don't know either. And I would just like to support you through your journey, and you do you, and I will be here with love.
Exactly. Yeah. I love that. And I think that's so important.
Yeah.
To have.
Me too.
And it just makes
life
your
is so much better.
Yeah.
I legitimately love everybody that I meet, unless they're a dick.
Yeah.
And then there's the other side of me.
Like if you're rude to customer service people for no reason, we cannot be friends.
Yeah.
Anyways, all that being said, I feel like we could have our own podcast just talking for hours.
I do too.
But all that being said, you have a pretty wild story. I'd like to kind of get into it a little bit. And I mean, okay, so first of all, let's just start with, you grew up in originally Florida, right? Okay.
Yeah.
But I know you moved around a little bit.
Yeah.
You've got some skills.
I'll just dive in. Do you want me to just dive in?
Yeah, let's just dive in.
Crackheadery that is my life. Okay. So my mom is from England. My dad went on his mission to England. My mother later was diagnosed as a sociopath. And my father is on the spectrum and highly narcissistic, right? My mom is like past narcissistic to where she'll actually try to harm people to get what she wants. But so she wanted a green card. She sure did. And so she seduced him on his mission.
Wow.
And then guilted him into marrying her. And the problem is in England, actually a lot of foreign countries, they erroneously think that all Americans are wealthy. And my mother thought she was coming to some affluent, grandiose situation, which was not the case, because my dad is like, you know, trash from the South, like very, very poor. Like my family's very poor. And so she came over and just hated his family, hated everything, and immediately tried to find like a new man. So when I'm 2 and my brother is 5, and like my dad is no saint. I mean, between my brother and I, she had a baby that died.
Oh, wow.
And my dad blamed her for it. Yeah. And it was SIDS, as we now know, is actually vaccine injury, not like 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
And so they're just horrible people who really should not have procreated. I would not mind. It sounds bad, but I would not have mind if they hadn't.
They've chosen not to.
So she meets a new man and he's in the military. So she just tells him basically one day, hey, I met a new man. We're getting a divorce and I'm taking your kids to Japan. And he is like, no, you are not taking my kids to Japan.
Yeah.
So she naturally decides to handle this by poisoning him with rat poison in his food. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Murder
Naturally.
is always a perfect solution.
And so he has her Baker acted, which is committed, like against her will. He doesn't want to divorce her. He doesn't have her arrested, which was where he went wrong. So he has her committed. And
Wait, so how did your dad find out that she put rat poisoning in his food?
you know what? I don't know that. I do. They're not in my like life at all.
Yeah, to ask those
But
questions.
even when these like two assholes try to talk about these things, like when I was a kid,
You're never going to get the straight
I just
story.
try
out of
to,
them. Yeah.
you know, it's a kid.
Yeah.
I was a kid. I didn't quite understand and I didn't want anything to do with it. It was always like, hate your mom, hate your dad, you know?
Mm.
I'm like, joke's on you idiots. I hate both of you. Stay away from me. They're just like very scary, abusive people. So,
Yeah.
anyways, yeah. So he has her committed. She's diagnosed as a sociopath. The state steps in and they find out my dad is not divorcing her. So they take my brother and I away. And essentially what happened is we lived in a foster home for a year while these two dumbasses fought out a custody battle.
Jeez.
Pardon me, busy drink. As soon as they took us away, my dad realized it was her or us, divorced her, and then they fought out a custody battle. Now, my mom is a sociopath. And she's stunning. She's so beautiful. She's like half Hindu Indian, British accent, like 100 pounds, dimples, huge eyes, huge teeth. Like men have never stood a chance. I have seen her commit crimes in front of police officers and get the other party arrested.
Yowza.
Yeah, she's really intelligent and so clever. My dad is also clever, but because of the autism thing, he doesn't have any social awareness, like whatsoever. He couldn't manipulate like a turnip. Like he couldn't manipulate something if he tries. Very low emotions.
Yeah.
And so she manipulated her way through that court system, got custody. She was going to leave for Japan, and my dad was not going to let that happen, mostly for control. I would like to say it's because he loved us so much, but they both like control and they both love just ripping each other apart and teaching each other a lesson. So he kidnapped us.
And so you were how old at this point?
2. I was in the foster home from 1 to 2.
Man.
And then she won when I was 2. We had been out for a few months and he was granted one last visitation before we left. And he just took off of this. So from 2 to 8, I was kidnapped. So for 6 years. And he crossed state lines. So the FBI was after us. And we had like different hair colors, different names all the time. Grew out my brother's hair so it looked like we were 2 girls instead of a boy and a girl. Just traveled all across the country. We didn't have money a lot, so we ate a lot of like roadkill and we did a lot of dumpster diving and we lived in the truck or in a tent. And we finally got an RV, I remember, and I just remember thinking, oh my God, we are so rich. This is amazing.
Isn't that wild? So I've actually talked about that a few times on my podcast, and it's interesting to look back and think of like whatever situation you lived in as a kid, because I was homeless and lived in my car and lived in a camper on the back of our truck and in people's driveways and couch surfed. And it's wild what you think rich is.
I know. And a gift though.
Yeah.
Kind of survived my life by trying to see the like gift in everything.
Yeah.
Well, that and crime for a while, but that was a whole other story. But when you're born to nothing, everything is beautiful.
Yeah.
Every little thing you get. I remember getting a Chico stick one year for my birthday present, like the candy. I was so grateful.
Oh my gosh.
And that's kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
Now that I'm in a much different economic class,
Yeah.
there's not as much beauty. Everything is so readily available.
It's wild too, though. Sometimes I find myself fairly often where I catch myself being like in chaos mode of this doesn't look right. Everything, there's so much clutter and I'm like, it needs to be clean and everything's a mess and and I'm just like really frustrated with whatever's going on.
Yeah.
And then I'll pause for a moment and I'll look at our house and I'm just like, 7-year-old me didn't even know this existed.
Yeah.
7-year-old me thought that this was a fairy tale that people made up.
Yeah.
And this is my normal.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild.
I'm definitely, there's so much gratitude still. Like,
yeah.
I will never get used to electricity or running water.
Yeah.
I don't have to remind myself of those. Every time I turn on the light, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, this is amazing. Or like,
thank you.
Yeah, I take a shower and there's hot water. I'm like, this is so great. What I mean more is like, there is so much beauty in the little things. So when the FBI finally found us, we were in the Ozarks living in a survivalist situation, and we had to gather our food. We had to hunt and gather our food, right? So my brother would hunt and I would like go gather every day. Like there's a lot of really edible things in the Ozarks. There's cactus flowers, there's wild potatoes, wild onions, tons of mushroom species, blackberries everywhere, raspberries everywhere. Can I just tell you what a meal tastes like when you gather it? It's beautiful. You know, it doesn't taste amazing going to Costco and grabbing a rotisserie chicken. You know what I mean? Like nothing compares to that. And I remember being returned to my mom by the FBI when I was 8. We were so poor, getting anything. Like I remember saving for like 6 months once because I really wanted this pair of shoes.
Yeah.
And buddy, when you wore those shoes, you felt like a king.
$1,000,000.
Yeah. And you just don't feel like that anymore. You're like, hey, shoes.
Like, yeah.
We walking.
Well, so you were in the Ozarks, or you were on the run for how many years?
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
Here's one thing that you said to me that stood out. The first time that you heard music.
Oh, yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were... I'll tell you how the FBI found us or whatever.
Yeah.
So my dad, during like while we had run, had decided God had told him he could marry someone. Fun, right? Yeah. God talked to him. He was super special. And so he married himself to this woman. And after 6 years of running, she really just wanted to go see her family in Kentucky. And we had been on like America's Most Wanted and all these different like news outlets.
Yeah. Did she know that when she married him?
Yes.
Oh.
He had convinced her he was some sort of victim.
Okay.
And that my mom was like molesting us and all these things.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't think she did. I mean, she's horrible. You know, she's like Voldemort. We don't speak her name in my house. But I don't even think she was capable of that. I think she was just abusive.
Yeah.
So like she wanted to go see her family in Kentucky. And he was like, no, you know, and he had gotten away from the FBI and evaded him. He's brilliant because he is always 20 steps ahead. And he was like, that is not a good idea. And she did it anyway. The lady who took her ticket recognized her off America's Most Wanted, called the police who called the FBI.
Oh, man.
And it was crazy because the moment she left for the Greyhound, my dad made us like start packing everything. And he was selling the last of the hay down in the field. We were up on a hill down in the field in our barn.
Yeah.
And people would beep and he'd go down and sell them hay. And my name was Nancy at the time.
Okay.
And my brother, Jeff, his name was Michael. And my dad went down all day, but he went down this one time and then just gunshots everywhere. Because my dad was always packing.
Yeah.
And my brother and I knew we were supposed to shoot the bad people when they came. Like we knew the bad people, the authorities were after us and we were supposed to shoot them. We were excellent marksmen because we were excellent hunters.
Yeah.
Thank God. My brother, whose lead I always followed, just told me to run. But he went over to the gate, looked down in the field, and then turned around. And I still have nightmares about his face to this day. And he was just like, Nancy, run. So we ran up the hill, probably about a mile. And we got to the crest. And we just sat there and we're like, what are we going to do? And I was like, we can just go over that hill and that hill and that hill until we find somebody who like will help us or wants us.
Oh my gosh.
Then we got brave and we decided we were going to kick their asses. Okay. We're going to go save our dad.
Let's go fight. Yeah.
And we're both like so skinny. I mean, we live off the land. So we went down and this one FBI agent had the same haircut as my dad. So he was facing away at the bottom of the hill and he had put on one of my dad's shirts. Pretty genius. We came down the hill. My brother had a big rock and I had this big stick and this big rock and I was going to jack some bitches up. Okay. And so we saw him. We were like, Dad. And then he turned around. I was not Dad. And so I threw the rock and I just remember all these agents like descending on us because it was like a trap. And I just like closed my eyes and I was just like swinging this, swinging this stick, just trying to take everyone out that I could, you know. And then they later, like they put us in the car and they're trying to figure out of ours to pack and what to do with us. They didn't really know what to do with us. And the FBI agent is asking me about music because he's just gobsmacked. Like we've never had processed food. We've never, you know, heard music except we were allowed to hear like Mormon music, like church music, which is not, I'm sorry, it's not music. Yeah,
no.
And so, so he puts me in the car and he finds out I've never heard music and he was like, what? So the first thing he ever put on was, Black by Pearl Jam, where Eddie Vedder is singing like he is actually just dying. And my brain, it was 1995, I was 8 years old. My brain melted in my freaking head. I started crying. I had never, like, my soul was alive. And to this day, I love music. And my love of music transcends era and genre. I love everything. I love opera. I love metal. I love everything.
Yeah.
I cannot get enough of that. It's so good.
So good.
It's so good.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
So what did your dad tell you every time you guys had to move? Or like, did he explain why you guys were on the run?
Yeah, he made us call her old mother.
Oh, because you had a new mom.
Yes.
Okay.
So old mother abused us and we had to run away. And there were bad men that she paid to come find us.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Have you talked to your brother about what he remembers since he was older and like
he's so firmly in denial. You can't. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Doesn't
Even though
face it.
when we lived with our mom, she used to abuse us and then put us in jail. Even when you try to talk to him about that, like one night he was doing his homework and he was like 2 years behind in school.
Yeah.
And she always wanted us to have like lights off by 8 because she hated kids. She hated us. She just wanted us to disappear. So we're like in high school and our bedtime is 8. And he's like, Mom, please, I'm just trying to finish this homework. She's like, turn it off now. She goes to turn it off. And he's like, Mom, please, and just touches her hand like this.
Yeah.
She beats the ever-loving crap out of him, just turns around and beats the crap out of him, then calls the police and says that he beat her up and gets him arrested.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's the kind of person she was. And she did that all the time with us.
Wow.
Yeah. One time I took a shower when I was not allowed to take a shower. Like you didn't breathe in her house without her consent. You couldn't flush a toilet without her consent. You couldn't wash your clothes. You weren't allowed to do that without her consent. You did not do anything. Super crazy abuse. Like I would take the stuff with my dad over her stuff.
Yeah.
Terrifying person.
That's like that. I can only imagine how your nervous system.
It's not good.
No.
It's gotten pretty bad. Like at 38, I don't leave the house a lot anymore.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crappy.
I mean, and also in today's society, everything's so easy to where it makes it to where you don't really need to leave.
Dude, it's the worst.
Yeah.
It is the worst. You can get anything to your house.
That's so wild. So you guys, so the FBI came and found you guys, and then where did you guys live at this point?
So that was in Missouri.
Okay.
They didn't know what to do with us, so they put us in a foster home in Missouri for like a week or two.
Okay.
And then the owner of this organization that helped my mom find us, Child Watch, the owner, Don, took us in.
Okay.
In Orlando. And he lived like in a mansion with a pool. And so we went from like extreme poverty to that. And I will never forget because like my dad was really like religiously abusive. So like I couldn't cut my hair. I was going to hell. And girls who wore bathing suits went to hell. And girls he covered up all the mirrors for a while because I was getting vain because he caught me looking in a mirror.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, women were evil. Just by like, and my mom actually believed the same thing. So that really took a toll.
Wow.
Yeah, my brother was allowed to go out and date people and do stuff, but I was inherently just a whore, could not be helped. And so I was kept on the tightest leash.
Man.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So we couldn't wear a bathing suit. So I remember them trying to coax me into wearing a bathing suit in Orlando. And they're like, it's okay. Like you won't go to hell. Like, it's okay. Like it's a one piece. See, it even covers your tummy. And I was like, no, I'll go to hell. I'll go to. So they eventually got me in it. And I just remember it was pink and it had like a piano across it. And I felt like the baddest.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Yeah.
So wild. How long were you there with Dawn?
For about a month.
Okay.
And so they gradually reintroduced us to the idea of our mother, like with videos and pictures. And she's the kindest and sweetest. And there's actually an episode of 48 Hours where you see the reunion. You see us living at that house, and then you see the reunion. And I'm 8, and I'm just like this sweet little girl, and I'm just terrified, And so I'm on the phone, and I was like, I do still love you, and I just had such hope.
Yeah.
That my dad had been making it up.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Well, oh my gosh, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Well,
spoiler alert.
So why did it take so long? Why didn't they just take you straight to your mom?
Because we were just terrified of her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't like because of this system or this official thing or whatever. It was just because you had been so scared of her.
Yeah. He'd like told us that she had done all these horrible things, which ended up being true.
So then you lived with her all the way through high school?
Yeah, till I was 16.
Okay.
She was always like very clever when she would abuse me. She wouldn't leave marks. Hell, even when she would leave marks, no one would ever believe me. I remember she beat the crap out of me one morning because I did laundry without her say so. Middle school. Beat the crap out of me. And so I went to school, middle school, and I was excited because I had a chunk of hair missing on my head and I was bleeding and I was like, they'll finally believe me.
Yeah.
I kid you not. I went in and my mom always had flying monkeys everywhere. My mom's really beautiful. She'd always find a woman who was not very beautiful. And she would convince her that, oh my gosh, you are so special. How has no one ever seen how special you are? I see how special you are. You're so beautiful.
Gosh, that's creepy.
How do people not ever know like how wonderful you are? And it would turn them into her minion. And so she had a minion in the front office who called her when I went into the bishop or not the bishop, so freaking doctrinated, into the principal's office to tell him what had happened.
Yeah.
She called her and my mom immediately came down. He was ready to call child services. It was all done. My mom went into his office for like 10 minutes. By the time she came out, I was in trouble. I was in detention. I still don't know what she told him, but I was in detention for a month after that. And on her request, I had to clean all of the toilets.
Wow.
And
did you guys live in a small town in Florida?
Jacksonville is the largest city in the United States.
Okay. Wow. I don't know why, but I was like, that gives small town vibes, but
people would try to help periodically.
Yeah.
But she was just too smart. People would call child services all the time.
She always had a story. Did you ever find out how she grew up?
Oh yeah. She has a crazy story. Crazy. So, and we didn't find this out till like just kind of recently. So she's from England and she was adopted. And growing up, I would ask about her parents and she had no interest because she has no emotions whatsoever.
Yeah.
Now she has a twin that is really sweet. She has a good twin. And she's literally evil. Good and evil. I'm talking about her twin is so empathetic she can barely function. She's
Were they adopted together?
Yes. So this is a crazy part. So my aunt went over to England to like demand answers because they wouldn't give answers over emails or anything. So she's really sweet and she just like is good at showing up and being kind. And finally, like they helped her out like with this name. And so she tracked down this name. And luckily my uncle who lives in England, his last name's Belcher, which is like pretty unique.
Yeah.
So she like reached out to one of the people she found, but it was like her nephew without realizing it. But he was very resistant to it because what happened was how she was born was my grandpa, the Indian guy.
Yeah.
He was in like a 70s traveling pop band.
What?
And he was married. And my grandmother was a groupie who followed his band.
Oh my gosh.
Had an affair with him. She gets pregnant with the twins, has the twins, apparently shows up at his house and demands that he leave his wife so that they can raise these kids together. And he had been trying to have kids with his wife. They couldn't have kids. And he wanted to go. And his wife was like, you're not leaving me. And apparently the next day bathed him publicly in a bathtub on the front lawn with a wire brush to scrub the hoe off of him. I shit you not.
Hell? Oh my gosh.
Now my grandma, the groupie.
Yeah.
Like I've seen videos of them now.
Okay.
Crazy. So my mom is a thin twin. My aunt is a heavier twin.
Okay.
My aunt is good. My mom is literally just like devoid of emotion.
Yeah.
So in these videos, my grandmother, like we talked to her daughters, they were happy when she died. She looks exactly like my mom, moves her hands exactly like my mom, devoid of emotion, just a cruel, horrible person.
Interesting.
Conversely, videos of my grandpa, he was like a little heavier. He was jovial and he does these very distinct hand movements that my aunt has always done that I always like noticed that were weird.
So wild.
One twin literally got 100% of one parent and the other twin literally got 100% of the other parent.
Dude.
Wild.
But so were they were adopted though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were adopted. So So after she demanded he leave his wife and he wasn't going to leave his wife, she just abandoned the twins in like an apartment. And I think she like waited a day or two to even call staff. They're 6 months old at this point to tell them that there were 2 babies up there. So they took the babies and they put them like up for adoption. They got adopted by a Welsh family.
Okay.
They converted to Mormonism. And then when those parents, their adopted parents died, all the kids like hated them. Probably Marjorie's fault, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Make sure that they didn't inherit anything and like kicked him out of the family.
Wow.
Yeah. And then that's when she got my dad and she got him and then got her green card to like.
And everything started. Both of your parents are still alive, right?
Regrettably, yep. That sounds horrible, but honestly,
No,
unless you've been through it, like you don't.
Yeah. That's one of those things too, like going back to what we were saying of like, somebody will probably hear that and be like, oh my gosh, how can she say that? But it's like, I think people get so stuck on the title or the role that someone plays in your life of
they project their reality.
Just because it's a mom or a dad
outside of their reality.
Yeah. But like my real dad, he plays the blood is thicker than water card. Well, he doesn't anymore because we don't talk.
Yeah.
But it's hard to play cards when you don't play. But he would always be like, blood is thicker than water. We should be close. We should have each other's back. Da, 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 da. And it got to a point where I was like, why?
Why?
Like,
I bring a lot to the table and you bring strife.
Yeah. Like
and gaslighting and pain.
100%. And he's like a very manipulative, narcissistic, even on my wedding day, admitted that he was trying to manipulate me and give me a guilt trip for not spending time with them. And I'm like, I'm getting married. Like, what do you think I did all day? I was up at 5 a.m. to go to like get things done.
Well, a day that is not about them. It's not a day they can tolerate.
Yeah. And that's something that they haven't experienced themselves either. But like and so it's interesting when I talk to people about not having a relationship with my dad and people are like, and I feel like mine is a small scale in comparison to what you've been through, but people have a hard time with that of like, but it's your dad. How can you not talk to your dad? Like if he was just a friend or a coworker, you wouldn't be saying this. He's just a human being and the way that he treats me and presents himself in my life isn't acceptable.
It's probably easier for you.
Yeah.
Till you had kids.
Yeah. 100%.
When you have kids, all of the things that your parents did to teach you to hate yourself and to teach you that you're the reason that you're unlovable and you're the problem in your relationship with your parent goes right out the window and you realize how absolutely devoid of any sort of normal level of human emotion you have to be to treat a child like that. You could not pay me, coerce me, do anything to ever make me hurt my children. I don't even raise my freaking voice at my kids. Not even my child, like especially my children, but even someone else's kid. Like I couldn't treat anybody that way because only a freaking empty asshole would treat a child in the way that like you were treated. Yeah. And then it just clears things up and you're like, oh, I'm out. You suck. Yeah. Yeah. Zero tolerance for this anymore. My parents like actively taught me to hate myself, which is why I bonded repetitively to narcissistic like men. So you lived with your mom until you were 16? Oh, yes. That's what I was going to tell you. So when I was 16 and you did not tell my mom no, she'd kill you. Yeah. So when I was 16, she made us work since we were young and she would take half of our paychecks. And like jobs. Like, so when I was in high school, I was front desk at a Ramada Inn. And so she would take half your paycheck. So I realized one day that I am 16 years old. I have zero money to my name. I have no car, not even a learner's permit. So I decided I need to keep this paycheck. So I got up to be brave enough to do it. So she took me to cash it and I got back in the car and she like put out her hand and I was like, no, I can't. And I remember I immediately just started shaking. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be disobedient. Like if I don't keep this money, I'm never going to have a car. I'm never going to go to college. I'm never going to have a future of any kind. I have to keep this. Like I need to save it, And I'd saved everything outside me. Yeah. But it wasn't much. And, she was just like so shocked and she demanded that I give it to her. And I was like, I can't. And we got home and we're in the driveway. She was like, you're going to give it to me or I'm going to take it, you little bitch. And so she was in the driver's seat. I was in the passenger. My wallet was in my right hand and she grabbed my hand and just started chewing on my arm to get my wallet out of my hand. Dude. And I remember putting her in her headlock. And I just remember in that moment being like, I'm like a really skilled fighter. I'm from the South. Like we grow up fighting. and when you're as poor as I am, and just a whole bunch of problems, you get in a lot of fights. And I'm like, why am I letting this like 5-0 like bully me? Like, this is insane. So I remember putting her in a headlock and her starting to lose consciousness, and she stopped biting me. I remember really wanting to just end it right there. Like, if I could just end it, it will just be done. And something just told me not to. And I let go, and I got out of the car and I ran down the road. And I'd been beeping the horn trying to get somebody out to help me.
Yeah.
My friend Jeff was a few houses down and saw it. Marge gets out of the car. She runs down the road to the right of me to prevent me from going in any of the houses to get help. I go into Jeff's house, and he's like, you have to call the police, because he knew, he'd see the bruises. He knew the things, and he had just seen what had happened. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you need to call police. And I was like, no, you do not call the police on her. Like, you can have stab wounds, and she'll just injure herself. Call the police and say that you injured her. And because we had been kidnapped, it was an easy sell. Mm-hmm. She would abuse us, call the police, injure herself preemptively, and then say her crazy children who were kidnapped.
Because they have all of this trauma. Yeah.
Yeah. It was an easy sell. So he did it anyway. He just called the police and told them he had seen it. So sure enough, 2 cop cars pull up. The one she called, the one I called. The thing was, because I had put her in a headlock, she forgot to injure herself. Yeah. So when they showed up, I had an arm like ground beef.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice. I just went over.
So much adrenaline, probably.
And I gave them my arms, and I was like, just like, arrest me. Because I was like used to no matter what she did, I would get in trouble. Yeah. So I was like, arrest me. And my arm was like just dripping.
Dude.
And so, yeah, I finally got away. I lived with my boyfriend for a second, but he was also like poor, and his dad was just trash and dating trash. And his trashy girlfriend decided I was trying to flirt with his dad, his very creepy old dad, and slapped me in the face. And I was homeless again. Jeez. You ever see those Shameless? Shameless is kind of how I grew up. Except they had a house, so they were kind of rich compared to what I grew up like.
Man.
And then, so yeah, then I was homeless, but I was so happy. It was amazing. My mom was so abusive, like every decision. You couldn't make any decisions without her.
Yeah.
And I just remember sleeping in my car and being like stoked, bro. Like I could drive where I wanted. I could like do what I wanted. And my boyfriend at the time, the poor one, he was from Manchester, England, and he was like a shaker. So he got me a car. So I like had a car. It was awesome. And so I just was free. I was finally allowed to have friends like the whole time living with her. No one could call our house. We could not call other people's house. We did not like, my brother was allowed freedoms. I was not. I was like, she hated me, dude.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's so wild. So then where was your brother at that point? Because he had graduated and moved on.
He went to jail. No, he didn't graduate.
Oh.
He went to jail because she put him in jail in high school because she attacked him. And she needed to teach him a lesson about telling her no. So he went to jail. She forbade me from helping him or talking to him. And so he would come into the house, and I'd sneak him like food and clothes and money and stuff out the window. And he was like sleeping in his car. And then one of the members of the church housed him. And then I honestly don't know where he was at this point.
And then...
It's so crazy when you have so much trauma, you can remember only snapshots.
Yeah. Or there are some things where I remember in so much detail.
Yeah.
And then other things where I'm like, I didn't even know that was happening.
I just remember it in little snapshots. There's no like connectivity whatsoever.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
Probably
for the best.
I know, right? Like, what I do remember isn't that great. Maybe I shouldn't remember all the other stuff. So then you had your own car. You're living on your own. How did your mom ever try to get you to move back, or was she just like done with you at that point?
Yeah, she tried to get me to come back. She wanted control back.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my boyfriends from high school, ex-boyfriend, his mom was going to let me live with her. And she was so sweet. And she tells me like, oh, this is the day you can move in. I show up to move in, and Marjorie is sitting in our living room.
No.
And Marjorie has convinced her that like I'm mentally ill and I need a lot of mental help. And that I do come off like very put together, but I'm really like sick, and that I might stab her in the middle of the night when she's sleeping. And so Anne is so sweet. She's like a little scared now, and she's like worried about me. So I lost that place to live. So I just like left, went back in my car.
Man. Where was your dad? So he got arrested, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So one of the first things I did when I left her at 16 was go to see him.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to understand at this point, people are like, why would you go back to someone who's so abusive? I had 2 parents that did the thing that they would basically like hurt you and hit you and then be like, I was so wonderful before you. Why do you make me hit you? Like, you're so unlovable and repulsive. Like, you've changed me into such a horrible person. So you literally just believe you're the most unlovable, detestable thing on earth.
And that you have control to make them, like, if you're just a better person or behave better, then they can also be a better person.
Yeah. So you seek out these people, you know, until you realize that they're sick. And then you're like, I don't care if I
and when
never
you're a
see
kid,
you.
there's something about like, I tried so many times to have a relationship with my dad.
Yeah.
And looking back, it was just like, I can see the desperation in that of just wanting to have a relationship with my dad. And also now that, of course, becoming a parent helps you see it a lot more clear. Like you said, I look back and I'm just like, it was so one-sided. And there was not just lack of effort on his side, but it was a game to him.
Oh, they enjoy it. Yeah. No, they enjoy it. They enjoy you crawling back. They enjoy it. It makes them feel so lovable when they can do horrible, detestable things and you still crawl back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I went to see him. And my mom, when we were with my mom, she forced us to be on every television show you can imagine. We were on freaking Montel. We were on 48 Hours, 60 Minutes. Like, she forced us to do all of these things. And my dad had watched these things, you know. And so he hated me more than he usually did because of that. When I was a little kid. So when I went to go see him, he wouldn't meet me unless I went to my grandma's house, and then she drove me, and she was driving in circles because he thought that the police are still after him and I was setting him up.
Oh my gosh.
So I like meet him. I find out that he has 2 little girls with the mom that was with us and I don't have anything bad to say about her. She's very kind. Very easily led by the nose, but very, very kind. Honestly, I think she's how I survived Marjorie. It's because I had a kind mother. So when I lived with Marjorie, and I knew that wasn't normal. Yeah. If I hadn't had that, I would have probably been so much more messed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found out I had 2 little sisters, and it was awesome. Kept trying to make that relationship work, but he just hates women.
Yeah.
They're very inferior in every way.
Yeah.
I remember him being pissed because Layla Ali wanted to fight a man, and he went on this diatribe for like 10 minutes about how he could kick her ass. And I was like, do you hear yourself right now?
Why does this matter to you?
Little men. It's like when I ride my motorcycle, I cannot tell you how many men actually tried to kill me on the road, drive me off the road stuff, because they're so threatened by a woman who feels powerful.
Yeah.
That women are not allowed to feel like that. And they like go out of their way to like show me that I am not anything. Joke's on them because I'm from Florida. I will escalate until we're dead or in jail.
We see all the articles about people from Florida. It's true.
It's very true.
But so did he end up serving time for kidnapping you guys?
Yeah. So he's brilliant. He served like 2 months and he found a loophole. Well, he fired his counsel. He didn't like his counsel. Read a bunch of law books, found a loophole, got himself out in 2 months.
That's so wild. Jeez.
His argument was the judge said that the kids could remain in his custody until the mother left for Japan. His argument was, Your Honor, she never left for Japan.
I mean, crazy. He's not wrong. But still.
Oh, he's brilliant.
Hilarious.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So then you moved out to Utah and you've started a family, and
I was homeless when I moved here.
What made you move to Utah? I know we've talked about this.
Mormon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was like the Mormon Mecca.
Yeah. Well, my ward kind of turned on me back home. I divorced their golden child.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like a piece of shit from a poor family. So who was I to reject their golden child, even though he was a turd?
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's why.
So I moved here and I lived in the USU parking lot, which ended up being a blessing because I got a bunch of money for school. I just went in one day and I remember being like, can poor people go here?
Can I also do this?
In the parking lot for like a year. And I just you know, because of the isolation between the kidnapping and then the isolation when I lived with Marjorie, because we weren't allowed to go anywhere or do anything unless it was work or school. I just didn't know how the world worked. So I went in and I was like, hey, can poor people go here? And it was like a student that I asked, and he was like, I think you need the registrar. So they took me up there, and I didn't qualify for anything because I'm poor and white. They kept being like, are you brown? I'm like,
please, something.
Like, well, I'm a quarter Hindu. But wasn't enough. And so, but when they found out I was homeless, then I got money for school. That was great. I got money for school. Got married a few more times. Never worked out because I did not know what I was doing. Last time I got married, I was 24. So I'm 38 now. I have not been married since I was 24. I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah. You've learned some lessons.
Oh, girl.
Man. But now you're in like this really cool relationship.
He is amazing. Finally. I don't deserve him. He treats me like an endangered species. Like, have you ever seen pandas? They're so dumb. Yeah. They just die if you let them
flop.
So each panda has a handler.
Yeah.
I'm the panda.
He's the panda handler.
The handler. Promise I'd be dead so by now for him. Yeah.
I should tell Ben that that's what he is.
Yeah. He's a panda handler. Yeah. No, but he's like, he had a happy childhood. So if I've learned anything too, it's that I was always bonding to people with troubled pasts. You cannot bond. When you have a really troubled past, you're easily triggered. You know, you can't bond to other people with troubled pasts. You trigger the crap out of each other nonstop.
Yeah.
You couldn't trigger him if you tried. I know because I have tried because, you know, so used to trauma bonding for so long.
Yeah.
I'd like try to start fights.
What do you mean?
And he'd be like, oh, he's like, you're so cute. Are you hungry, you little gremlin? I'm like,
why are you not reacting?
Oh my gosh. So he is the actual level best. And then, I started an amazing tattoo situation.
Yeah.
Company.
Greatest eyebrows ever.
Business. Yeah. Now like tiny tats. Yeah. Speaking of tiny tats, the Mormon church told the Mormons they can get tattoos. So now I have a bunch of ladies in their late 40s, early 50s wanting tattoos. Finally
getting their tattoos.
And it's always a lotus, every single one.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, if I see another lotus, I'm going to die.
Well, welcome to the podcast.
I'm actually going to specialize in kids' art. Oh, let's see if we can see it. I love putting kids' art in tattoos.
That is the best. I think that I had a friend who her husband at the time would always, with his kids, when they got to a certain age, he would take one of their drawings and go get it tattooed. They have 4 kids. And
my favorite tattoo.
Those are the best. You're never going to regret it. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're the kind of sentimental mom who keeps every scrap of art because you understand their little pieces of their heart.
Yes.
You would love it.
Beckett came home yesterday with this paper that it was like, color this square orange, color this square blue. And I was like, oh, and I like added it to the basket of art.
Yeah, you can't not. It's so good. It's all so good.
I don't know what I'm going to do someday. We're going to have to buy another house just to house all of the art.
They have these really cool shadow boxes, and they're like this.
Oh, you've seen those, and you can like slide it in,
and you can put all the art. So you can put a stack like this in each one, and then you just
change it out.
Change it out to the back.
If you ever come to our house, it's going to be like, color this picture orange. Like, wow, Amber, this is great. Oh, so I guess like, so one thing that I ask everybody at the end of the podcast, and I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more after this too, is your situation is fairly unique, but also very relatable. What's something that you would share with somebody who might be going through something similar that's helped you?
Drink heavily.
Okay.
Well, honestly, like how I've survived everything is there's something good in every bad thing. And if you can find that, you can survive anything.
Mm-hmm.
Was it fun being abused? No, but it's made me an amazing mother.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't yell at my kids. I listen to them. I treat them like people. What they say matters. Mm-hmm. Their opinions matter. I let them move freely. I don't control them. I am not their owner.
Yeah.
Everything, every bad thing that's happened to me, there's something in there that's positive. So if you can do that, which probably sounds like a stupid trite platitude, but it's how I've survived.
No, I love that because honestly, it's like, I actually saw this thing recently that was like, it's really easy to look for the good things in day-to-day life. What's shows even more personal growth is when you're able to find the good things in even the bad situations.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting that I just saw that and that's what you said, because it's like, I've talked about this quite a lot of like, it's really easy for me to go back and be like, if this hadn't happened and this hadn't happened and this hadn't, like wishing away all of the terrible things that had happened in my life. Like, I wish this was better. I wish this was better. I wish this was better.
Yeah.
But then what's really cool,
less dope.
Yeah.
You'd be so much less
I would be kind of probably boring actually if I didn't go through all that stuff.
I'd be like entitled and like call it Starbies.
And plain Jane.
And go to Starbies.
And then, I've been in this practice the last couple of years of realizing like, yeah, but if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have ended up in this situation. I wouldn't have met this person, which then gave me this amazing thing in my life. Like, I wouldn't have met Ben, because I was actually talking to somebody the other day about I'm the oldest of my sisters by a significant amount. And one of my sisters, when I was about 20, I lived here with my mom. She was 12 or 13 years old. My sister was. And her mom was just a shit show. And my sister had already gotten into trouble, like a little shoplifting and little things here and there. I talked to my mom and I was like, I want to adopt her. Like, I feel like this is her chance to have a normal life. And it took some convincing on my mom's part, but she finally was on board with it and was willing to back me. My boyfriend at the time, his dad is a family lawyer. And so I had done some research and asked him some questions and looked up some things, and he'd helped me with some information. And so I had everything that I needed, that I was going to adopt my sister. I brought her over here for a week. She lived in Colorado, and I brought her to Utah for a week to just kind of see how she liked it. And I was like, this is what it would be like if you lived here. Like, you would go to this school, we would do this. This is what we would. And it was all set out and planned. And she was like, I just have one more year of middle school. I just want to finish middle school with my friends. And I was like, okay, if that's what you want to do. And then let's plan on, at the end of the school year, you can move here and you can start high school here.
Yeah.
Had it all planned out. And that's not what happened. Like, she ended up getting into trouble and whatever and living her own life. But I was talking to somebody about it of like, if I had done that, my life would have been so different, because I was so ready to go into serious mom mode, and I would have taken it seriously, which means I was 20, 21. Like, I wouldn't have done all the crazy shit that I did in my early 20s. I wouldn't have my life just would have been so different. I wouldn't have the husband that I have now, the kids that I have now.
That's another good lesson that you're talking about.
Like,
if it's just like the universe is going to do what it wants. Like, I don't even make plans anymore. Like, do what you will with me. Yeah. But really, when things don't work out, they're just like not meant to work out. I missed a flight once, and it ended up crashing when it landed. Nobody died, but a bunch of people were severely hurt. Yeah. And I was so pissed when I missed that flight. Like, I was so pissed at myself. I was pissed at circumstances. I was so mad. And then that happened. And since that day, I don't regret anything that doesn't happen. If it doesn't work out, or if I break down on the side of the road, I literally just assume, even if it's what a crazy person would do, that I was probably going to crash a mile down the road. Yeah,
something was going to happen that I wasn't meant to be a part of.
But that mindset is very powerful. And the other thing that I would tell people to do, that is one of the ways I've survived, that's been amazing, is fake it till you make it. I didn't realize I was manifesting. But when things would get so hard, I'd literally change my clothes, my hair, my car, everything. And if you look at manifesting, you have to embody what you want to be before you become it. And I would literally, just doing that every single time would change my life. I'd get new job and opportunities, new people would come into my life. Amazing, everything.
Oh, it's so wild that you say that, because I always say, I think it's a girl thing too, where like when shit hits the fan, we go change our hair.
I think we're very intuitive.
Yeah. And I remember when I met Ben, I had just met him. I had just gotten out of this relationship that I thought he was the one, and he broke my heart repeatedly. Yeah. And finally met Ben, and it was really crazy because like I had paid off all of my debt. My car died, and so I was going to wait a year with this super crappy car. But it died, and so I had to get another car. So like shoved me into that. At the doctor's office where I was a patient, I became friends with one of the front desk people, and I already worked for the company that owned this doctor's office. And I had become friends with her, and she's like, hey, I put in my notice. You should apply for my job. and she pushed my resume up and I got that job. So I got a new car, a new job. I had paid off all of my debt and I had just started dating my now husband.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
whoa,
whew, all of this free. And I chopped off all of my hair. Like,
well, it's what people don't realize is it's just a shortcut. If you feel like a different person, you actually move differently through the world.
Yep.
When you move differently, law of attraction states you cannot help but attract different circumstances.
Yep.
You want to stay the same, but you're going to get the same outcome. Yeah. So it might be a little hood, to do that, but it's worked for me every time. If you find yourself in a hole you cannot dig yourself out of, change everything. Change everything. You will be amazed at how quickly your life.
Well, and the thing is too, is it's like if you're unhappy with the way things are going and you're not willing to make any changes,
you're choosing your reality.
You're choosing your reality. And in my opinion, this might sound super harsh, but you have no room to complain if you're not willing to make the changes it requires to have what you want.
That's also a really good mindset to have. I've never felt a victim in anything. Most of the times I put myself there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't complain about bad relationships. I chose those people. When something bad happens with a bad relationship, you know, like I married a guy and then I had 2 kids with him and it did not go well in the divorce at all. It was bad. And the only thing that kept me going through it was like not acting like a victim and being like, you know what? I chose this person. I put myself in this situation. I'm the only one who could get me out. So radical accountability is so powerful.
I think that is so powerful because I have not always been that way. I went through a period of time where I was like, why can't I catch a break? Bad things always happen to me. Don't people understand what I'm going through, that this is hard for me? Or if they only knew what I've been through, they wouldn't be so hard on me. And it's interesting because I remember that mindset and I feel like maybe it's just because so much was changing when I met Ben, but I feel like it was when I finally took ownership of my life and was like,
you've become so powerful.
Yeah. Of like, I need to start making shit happen. Yeah. And I think I was to a certain extent. I was very big on, it was almost like I was powerful because I was a victim. I was getting stuff done. I was making the money, doing the jobs, working really hard because I had no choice. And then it shifted to this, instead of I have to, I get to attitude. I don't know.
I did the victim thing for a long time. There's a lot of power in getting people to sympathize with you and feel sad for you and do things because they want to help you. But it's just it
only gets you so far.
It doesn't lead anywhere. Yeah.
It just goes in circles.
Yeah, absolutely. So, radical accountability. Change your hair.
Do it.
Find the positive in things. You do that, you'll be fine.
That's it. Everything will be great.
Heave yourself out of just about anything.
It's powerful though. It sounds so like minute, but
it sounds so trite. It sounds like a trite platitude, but really when you're in a hole, everything sounds like a trite platitude. You don't actually believe that it could be better. And all it is inaction. Just take action. People just sit there in their sadness. I've done it a million times. I'm not perfect.
Well, and that's another thing too, is I think there's a difference between like, okay, I'm feeling this emotion. I'm understanding how I feel or allowing this to take space. And then there's a difference between marinating in it.
Yeah.
And no, we don't marinate.
No, anger's easier. That's another hood tip for you. Just be angry instead of sad. It's actually, you get a lot more done when you're just angry. You also land in jail a few times for punching people, but other than that, it's fine.
My house is usually a lot cleaner when I'm angry than when I'm sad.
Girl. I am jacked up Martha Stewart when I'm mad.
It's good times. Oh man. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
I'm so glad I finally did this. I was resistant to it, but you, with your nature, which is like keep on, you wore me down, and I like it.
I know.
I really like that about you, and I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I'm that friend that you have to Woody Woodpecker to get to do things, but
I don't care. It works. Glad I did perfectly. This. Me too. I'm so glad that you did. I know the first time that we tried to do it, I appreciated that you were honest with me and you were like, I'm just not in the right headspace for this right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's fine. Because I think it'd be one thing if this podcast was like, hey, let's just talk about whatever comes up in our conversation. But this is a deep, like I'm asking people to dig up some of their terrible memories.
Yeah.
And so, I'm going to have some compassion for like, if you don't have the headspace for this, I'm not going to make you do it.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that you...
Thanks, babe.
We finally made it happen.
Better headspace now than I was then.
Yeah.
It was rough. It's better now.
I'm glad we're here.
I just got angry. I'm just angry right now.
There you go. Oh, man. Well, I love you so much. Thank you.
I love you so much.
Hey, thanks for listening to this episode. If you liked what you heard, please remember to subscribe and go leave a review on Apple Podcast. It helps me know what you want to hear and who I should have as a guest next. Thanks again, and until next time, keep living the life of a lotus.